When you upload your files to iCloud, OneDrive, Google Drive, you know they're going to the cloud, but where is the cloud we're talking about? It is definitely not a cloud in the atmosphere, but a bunch of data centers somewhere that you do not know about. If we are seeing for the first time, this is day 5 of me talking about AI value chain, data centers. Data centers are physical facilities that houses computer systems, storage infrastructure, networking infrastructure, etc. And it helps us store, process, and distribute data efficiently. It is also the powerhouse behind the current digital economy and the powerhouse behind the AI infrastructure, the cloud service infrastructure, the banking system, enterprise applications, and definitely the application you are using to see me right now. When it comes to data centers, a good number of investors make the mistake of focusing only on the hyperscalers like AWS, GCP, Azure, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, etc. But that's going to be a very huge mistake because the value chain is more complex than these hyperscalers. Before we go into it, I'm going to explain to you the 5 types of data centers. Number 1 is the hyperscalers. Hyperscalers are the GCPs, Azure, etc. They have their own data center within regions and within some availability zones, owned by themselves, strictly for themselves. Then there are co-location. Co-location are some data center REITs providers that have built data center and rent it out for small providers that cannot have a large data center for themselves. They can also rent to the hyperscalers when they're out of capacity. And then there are edge locations. Edge locations are definitely those data centers that are small in size, built within some cities to reduce latency. Cities like London, Sydney, Tokyo, New York, they definitely have some edge locations. And there are some modular and micro data centers. These are those ones like on a van or some small spaces used for some urgent projects like shooting a movie in a location, etc. And then there are some private and on-premise data center, just like anyone can have it within their office or within their workplace. Data centers is made up of a compute infrastructure, made up of storage infrastructure, made up of networking infrastructure, cooling and power infrastructure, and there's also the security and redundancy infrastructure. But for us to be able to build these 5 infrastructure, the value chain has to work alongside each other to also build this infrastructure. Number 1 on this value chain is the site selection and development. These are the key players that ensure the right site is picked and used properly. Then there is facility design and engineering key players. Then there are some key players that handle the power and energy infrastructure, like ABB and Schneider. And there are some key players that handle the construction and fit out. These are just contractors that handle construction of the building, etc. And there are also IT hardware integration data players, the likes of Lenovo, HP, Dell, etc. And there are also networking and fiber connectivity key players. And there are also the management and operations key players. And there are the cloud service providers. That's the top of the layer, which is of course the AWS, GCP, etc. You are focusing too much on this one while you forget other key players within this whole region. So when it comes to your